Ever wish you could just delete a memory like dragging a file to the trash, a bad date, an embarrassing moment from high school, or that one time you called your teacher mom? Well, plot twist. Your brain kind of already does that. In this episode of Thought Vault, we're cracking open the science behind synaptic pruning, the brain's very own delete button, and how your daily habits actually decide what stays and what gets trashed. Let's start with the basics. Your brain is made up of neurons, billions of them. These neurons connect through pathways called synapses, which help you store information, form habits, and make decisions. But here's the thing, the brain doesn't keep everything. Instead, it trims the fat. This process is called synaptic pruning. Think of it like your brain Marie Kondoing itself. If a connection isn't being used, it doesn't spark joy, so the brain deletes it. This is especially active during childhood and adolescence, when the brain is like, okay, we're not using this imaginary friend circuit anymore. Gone. Now here's where it gets wild. The brain, that 3-pound universe inside your skull, is constantly adapting, changing, and reshaping itself based on what you do or don't do every single day. It's not just a passive organ quietly storing memories and skills. Instead, it's more like a bustling city, always under construction, tearing down old buildings and putting up new ones depending on which roads you travel most. Your brain doesn't randomly decide what to delete. There's a method to the madness. Every thought you think, every skill you practice, every memory you recall, these are signals to your brain about what's important. The more you use a pathway, the more your brain invests in keeping it strong and efficient. But if you ignore a skill or a memory, your brain gets the message, hey, we don't need this anymore. It deletes what you don't use. Just like a gardener pruning away dead branches to help a tree grow stronger, your brain trims away unused connections to make room for new growth. This process is called synaptic pruning, and it's happening all the time, especially when you're young, but also throughout your life. There's a principle in neuroscience called use it or lose it. It's not just a catchy phrase, it's a fundamental rule for how your brain works. If you want to keep a skill, a language, or even a memory, you have to revisit it, practice it, and bring it to life in your mind. If you practice piano every day, your brain strengthens those pathways. The more you play, the more your brain wires itself to make playing easier and more natural. It's like building a superhighway for your fingers and your mind, making each note flow smoother than the last. If you stop playing for years, snip. Those pathways weaken, and eventually your brain reallocates those resources elsewhere. It's not personal, it's just efficiency. Your brain is always optimizing, always making space for what matters most to you right now. Those neural connections start to fade. It's like a well-worn path in the woods. If you stop walking it, the trail disappears, overgrown by time and neglect. The same thing happens inside your head. Same goes for languages, math skills, even memories. If you don't practice speaking a language, solving equations, or recalling special moments, those abilities and memories can slip away. But the good news? You can always rebuild those pathways with effort and repetition. You are literally programming your brain through repetition. Every time you repeat an action or recall a fact, you're sending a signal. This matters. Keep this strong. Over time, repetition carves deep grooves in your neural landscape, making skills and memories easier to access. Your attention is the algorithm. What you focus on, what you practice, what you care about, these are the instructions you give your brain. So, choose wisely. Every day, you're shaping your mind for the future you want to have. So, when does the brain do most of this pruning? While you're sleeping. During deep sleep, specifically REM and slow-wave stages, the brain goes into cleanup mode. It consolidates important memories and ditches the clutter. It's like your brain saying, okay, we'll keep that physics formula you reviewed 5 times today, but that random TikTok comment thread? Yeah, gone. Lack of sleep? Your brain can't prune effectively. You wake up foggy, disorganized, maybe even emotional. It's not just tired, it's cluttered. So, why do we remember the awkward stuff? You know, that thing you said in 2012 that haunts you at 3 a.m.? Blame your amygdala. It tags emotional events as important. The stronger the emotion, the more likely your brain will hold on to that memory, even if it's cringy. That's why trauma can feel unforgettable. It's also why laughter, love, or fear create vivid, sticky memories. Here's the part where science becomes strategy. Imagine your brain as a living, ever-changing network, constantly rewiring itself based on what you do, think, and focus on. The good news? You have more control over this process than you might think. By understanding a few key principles, you can actually train your brain to work for you, not against you. Want to remember something? Review it repeatedly. The more often you revisit information, the stronger the connections in your brain become. This is called spaced repetition, and it's one of the most powerful tools for long-term memory. Don't just read or listen once. Come back to the material over days or weeks. Each review tells your brain, this matters. Keep it. Teach it. When you explain a concept to someone else, you're forced to organize your thoughts and fill in gaps in your understanding. Apply it in real life too. Use what you've learned in conversations, projects, or even just by thinking about it in new contexts. The more ways you interact with information, the deeper it sticks. Your brain will know it matters. When you engage with information actively, your brain tags it as important and strengthens those neural pathways. This is how you turn fleeting facts into lasting knowledge. Want to forget something? Stop replaying it. The less you think about a memory, the weaker its connections become. If you catch yourself dwelling on something you'd rather let go, gently redirect your attention elsewhere. Over time, your brain will get the message. Stop feeding the memory with attention. Just like a plant needs water to grow, memories need your focus to survive. If you stop giving them energy, they'll fade naturally. Mindfulness and meditation can help you break the cycle of unwanted thoughts. Eventually, your brain might prune it. This is called synaptic pruning, your brain's way of clearing out unused connections to make room for new learning. Also, get enough sleep. Sleep is when your brain consolidates memories and clears out mental clutter. And don't forget to challenge yourself with new skills regularly. Learning keeps your brain flexible and sharp. And avoid mental multitasking. Your brain prefers focused effort. When you concentrate on one thing at a time, you build stronger, more efficient neural pathways. Multitasking scatters your attention and weakens your ability to remember or understand deeply. Your brain wants to be efficient. It's always looking for ways to streamline your thoughts and actions. By being intentional about what you focus on, you can help your brain become a powerful tool for learning, growth, and change. You just have to guide it. With a little awareness and practice, you can shape your brain's habits and unlock your full potential. The science is clear. You are the programmer, and your brain is ready to learn. So yes, your brain has a delete button, but it's not as simple as pressing a key on your keyboard. Inside your head, there's a constant process of editing, pruning, and refining happening every single day. Your brain is always working behind the scenes, deciding which memories to keep, which habits to reinforce, and which thoughts to let go of. This isn't just a metaphor. It's a real biological process called synaptic pruning. Imagine your mind as a vast digital workspace filled with files, folders, and shortcuts. Some are useful, some are outdated, and some are just taking up space. Your brain is the ultimate editor, always deciding what stays and what goes. But here's the twist. You're the one holding the cursor. You have the power to choose where your attention goes, what you focus on, and what you allow to take up space in your mind. Every time you revisit a thought, practice a skill, or talk about an idea, you're telling your brain, hey, this matters, keep this. And every time you ignore or let go of something, you're signaling, this isn't important, you can delete it. The more intentional you are with your mental focus, the more control you have over what your brain keeps and what it lets go. Be intentional with what you think about, talk about, and practice. Because your brain is always listening, always editing. It's constantly updating your mental software, shaping your habits, and even influencing your emotions. The conversations you have, the skills you practice, and the thoughts you dwell on all become part of your brain's operating system. So, if you want to change your mind, start by changing what you focus on. Your brain is always adapting, always learning, and always ready to help you become the person you want to be, as long as you guide it. This is Thought Vault, where we unlock the facts they didn't teach you in school. Here, we dive deep into the science of how your mind works, and give you the tools to take control of your own mental operating system. If you've ever wondered why you remember some things and forget others, or how to break a habit and build a new one, you're in the right place. We're here to help you unlock your brain's full potential. Smash that like button if your amygdala said this episode mattered. Subscribe for more. We're just getting started, and there's a whole world of brain science waiting for you. Every episode will bring you new insights, practical tips, and mind-blowing facts to help you take charge of your thoughts and your life. So stay curious, stay intentional, and remember, you hold the cursor.